It is a V-nickel. Sweet. Oh, 1894, baby. Again, I love this park. I've been coming to this park for at least 4 years now as a metal detectorist, and for many years before that. The park's very old. There's a lot of history. I've seen old maps of this town going back to the 1870s, and this park is on it, although it was a little smaller back then. And in this area, in the 1940s or thereabouts, and I don't know how far back before that, there was a sort of a bandstand and a dance hall. People used to come here, young people, to dance. And for the last 4 years or so, back in these woods here, me and my digging buddies have been digging up occasional silver coin and lots of Indian head pennies. But it's really been hunted out pretty hard. But they say there's no such thing as hunted out ground, so I'm gonna go back there today and see if I can pull something else out of the soil. There always seems to be something else to find. Anyway, I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll enjoy this. Alright, let's get digging. Well, no coins yet today, but I am digging all kinds of artifacts. Mostly junk, some bullet casings, nothing too exciting. As I said, this area's been hit really hard. Woodpecker. Has been hit really, really hard. But I did dig up some kind of cool relics. I mean, they're not exciting. This big old bolt, washers on it, heavy sucker. And then this. That was a little cool. That's a saw blade. Somebody was out here cutting the wood with a saw. Handle's gone. Blade's still here. There's where it's screwed onto the handle. It's pretty neat, huh? Not particularly valuable. I don't want to leave it here, but it doesn't exactly fit in my pouch, so unfortunately I'm going to have to bend it in half. It's the only way I'm going to be able to carry it out of here. Crazy. Anyway, I'll keep hitting at it. A big old piece of trim off a car, buried in the woods. Just the trim, not the car. Okay. Old shotgun shell head stamp. Left behind by some hunter. A piece of strip of trim from that car was right there. This is right next to it. I figured it was another piece of the trim. That's old. That'll be about 100 years old. Back from when they made these things. There's a paper cartridge with just metal on the top. If you get into later years, you find them with plastic. They switch to plastic cartridges with a metal head stamp. But if you just find the head stamp, it's an old paper cartridge. Now that's going to be old. I can't read the writing, but maybe you can. We find lots of these out here. I'll keep it. Alright, on to the next item. Now, sometimes airplanes show up right when you're in the middle of recording a segment. Thanks a lot, buddy. Enjoying the sights, are you? Hey. Right. Now, sometimes I love to just walk in these woods. Take a breather between digs. I just admire the natural wonders, you know, these beautiful trees, birds, the animals, telephone pole. Net and Tea Company, number 10. Remember how I said there was a dance hall down there? Yeah, it's maybe 50, 60 yards that way. This telephone pole used to actually run power out to that dance hall. Dance hall's gone, and the telephone pole has been left behind. E&R J51 SPC 535, and on the back, Pittsburgh Gas and Electric Company 6476J. That's pretty cool. I have detected around this pole before, hoping to find maybe some numbers like those in the ground, but no such luck. They're up there pretty good, but it's neat. You come across some of the weirdest things in the woods, I'm telling you. Telephone poles, saw blades, buried cars. Alright, let's find something worth finding. Oh boy. Well, still no coins. And no really interesting artifacts, just strange items. But I did find something that was kind of cool. See that? This is what came out of the hole, this piece of wood. And that, right there, is a bullet in the wood. Somebody must have shot a log or something. The bullet got lodged in the wood. And there it sit. And it ended up in this hole, about 3 or 4 inches down. So, doesn't look like a particularly old bullet to me. Not too exciting, but it is kind of cool when you find a bullet lodged in wood. It doesn't happen very often. Be a hell of a thing if it was a Civil War bullet, but little chance of that in these woods. Anyway, there you go. Back at it. I think it's a threaded bathtub drain. Well, I can cross that off my list now. Lucky me. Well, I definitely worked very, very hard today. Good 3 hours. But it just didn't happen. Some days that's the way it goes. Some days the fish just don't bite. Bugs do, though. This is unbelievable. You know, I am doused from head to toe in bug spray. And the bugs still flutter all around my face. They know I'm there. They know I'm food. And they figure that if they hover around long enough, they'll find a way to get me. Not too smart, bugs. Anyway, yeah, so you saw me working. A lot of work. A lot of junk left behind by disrespectful people. Nothing really which I'd want to take home. Except for these few items here. I picked up a golf ball, a couple of bullet casings, 1 shotgun shell head stamp, and that interesting bullet lodged in a small chunk of wood. Not a single coin. Not even a zinc penny. Some days, that's the way it goes. And I do love this park, but, you know, as this hobby goes, the best places to get to are private properties. Private properties are places where possibly no one's ever detected. And if it's a very old house, say before 1920, before 1900s, even better. And if it's a property where people held big parties on the lawn or, you know, something like that, then you definitely can find lots of interesting things. Old farm fields are very good too, because old farm fields were full of workers all through the summer and the fall. Those workers were paid by the farmer, and they occasionally dropped personal items out in the field. You can find a lot of very old things on farms, but you have to get on them. So I produce these videos as a way to share my finds and sort of promote the concept of metal detecting. And I have to tell you, I can't do this without you. Not if you want me to find really awesome stuff. You have to invite me out to your property. I'll be very respectful. I won't destroy your land. And the two of us working together, you providing the permission and me doing the exploration, we can find some really good things. I've held Civil War relics in my hands this year. I've held things from the 1790s in my hands this year. These things happen. They really are out there under your feet. I just need the opportunity to look for them. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to keep it going. I'll be back out again tomorrow, unless it's raining. I don't know if I'll be in this spot, but I'll be somewhere. Hopefully, I'll be on a piece of private property. We'll see. All the best, and I will see you on the next hunt.